So, Tubi, I want to ask you, if you become a multimillionaire, what is the one thing that you um what's the one thing that you would want? So, you're a multimillionaire. What's the one thing that happens to you that you're happy about because you're already a multimillionaire, besides becoming multimillionaire?
One thing I'm
You
happy
know what I
about
mean?
if I become a
Yeah.
multimillionaire.
So no, not if, when. When you become a multimillionaire, what is the one thing that you're grateful of due to the fact that you are a multimillionaire?
So one thing that I'm grateful for being a multimillionaire, I don't know, what did it take for me to become a multimillionaire? You know what I mean?
Irrelevant. Yeah, irrelevant.
What did you want me to
I
say? I'm
mean,
grateful for my parents who took care of
no.
me,
Okay,
who
so,
raised me, gave me a
no,
great
because,
education. I'm grateful for the wonderful friends. I'm grateful for Z because he treated me to eat
no, it's,
dinner, and I like eating food, things like that.
no, no, after the fact. So, okay, I'll go first. If I were to become, when I become a multimillionaire, the one thing that I'll be grateful for or be appreciative of is the amount of time I will inevitably have in the end. So there's no more 9 to 5 work, no more boss, no more supervisors. It's just me and the things that I want to do. So the number one thing for me is freedom and personal time for myself and my family. No, you go.
I think it's more what you're looking forward to. That's like, I
Mm-hmm.
don't think what you're grateful for. It's what you're looking forward to when you become a
Hey,
multimillionaire. Or
it's
what do you think is, because you're a multimillionaire, what do you think you're gonna achieve, or what does it allow you to do?
English is not my first
Oh, you can
language,
say it to
okay?
me too. English is not my first language too.
Yeah, but you're East Asian. I'm Southeast Asian,
I'm
okay?
pretty sure East Asian, their language is much more different than English. But whatever. Okay, let me go into.
Okay, go ahead.
So when I become, not if I become, because like you said, we're going to become a multimillionaire. But when I become a multimillionaire,
Mm-hmm.
the thing I'm looking forward to is the time freedom and financial freedom and the flexibility. When I say time freedom, is that if you have
Mm-hmm.
more money than what you have right now, you can use that money to do other things. You don't have to be stuck in a 9 to 5 job. Let's just say if you're stuck to a 9 to 5 job, or in our case, it's actually an 8 to 5 job. You have to wake up early, drive to work. But good thing I can work from home sometimes. But if I couldn't, and I have to work in the office, I have to wake up a little earlier than 8, drive to work, waste gas, waste time, and then I also have to get ready for work too. That's the time.
Mm-hmm.
Financial freedom. I guess once you have more money, there's certain things that I wanted to do with money, like invest more, buy more real estate, buy property, things like that. I guess go on more vacations. Since I'm not making
Mm-hmm.
enough money right now, hint, I should get a raise, or I should probably work harder to get more money. But since I'm not making enough,
Mm-hmm.
I can't go on vacations as often. Also, since we're working an 8 to 5 and we have a limited amount of PTO, you can't actually go on vacation for longer than 3-4 weeks. And even if you do accumulate
It's
it,
so
I
stupid.
mean, so this is why when you
Mm-hmm.
become a multimillionaire, you can go on more vacation.
Yeah, you have so much time. And it's what I was gathering when I was looking at, TikToks and YouTube shorts and following all these people is that there's a certain extent to where you can, so let's just say that you're making 30 to 40 grand a month. There's a certain phase of your entrepreneurship that when you pass that certain threshold, it'll be more of a busy work. So that's one of the things that I want to be cognizant about, is that once we start making that bank, I don't want it to be a timely burden. I want to discard or distribute work amongst people that we will inevitably hire and give them sovereignty and the work. And then, like, I don't know if this is true, but I heard Bezos and what's that guy's name? Elon Musk. They only own a portion of the company, so they'll have more freedom and time. I don't know if that's true. When I see interviews about Elon Musk, he's always working. So I just don't want to be that person that trades their time for money, because I don't want it to be like a 9 to 5 job. I want it to be freedom of time and financial freedom.
So the thing about like financial freedom, that time freedom that I'm looking for, you know how like when you're, when you were at that 8 to 5 job, at your previous job, you always had to go into the office and you had less time for your family. And let's just say you had to take care of your family, or you had a, well, let's just say you had a doctor's appointment. You always had to take time off from your 8 to 5, tell your boss, and then it's whether he approves of your time off or whether he approves of you taking care of your aunt. And you know what I mean? And this is always an issue that I always thought about. I mean, as we get older, even though I'm not saying that we're extremely old, but when we get older, as we get older, we may have more doctor appointments. We may need to take care of our family more. And if we don't have that flexibility in our jobs or with our whatever we do, with our work or with our career, it's quite difficult. You know what I mean? When you don't have enough money, when you're working 9 to 5, 8 to 5 in our case, and working paycheck to paycheck, you don't have that freedom to say, I don't want to work anymore. You know what I mean? Because you have to take care of your family. And because you have to take care of your family, you're tied onto that 9 to 5 job. And that's why when we become a multimillionaire, the thing I would be grateful for, the thing I'm looking forward to, would be that I have more time to go on vacation, and I have more time to take care of my family. I have more time for myself. I have more flexibility. I'm not locked into an office, on my chair, where I always have to constantly work and constantly be monitored by my boss. Yes, I understand not everyone out there wants to become an entrepreneur, but there are benefits that you should consider if you do want to be. I mean, there are people out there that's constantly thinking. I think that this time freedom and financial freedom should be that motivator. So it should be something that's motivating to you if you were to consider entrepreneurship, starting your own business.
100%.
You know what I mean? Starting your own business, things like that. Because I know people like that security. I think I was talking to someone about job security. And they were talking about, what does that actually mean? What does job security even mean? You get a working 9 to 5 and you possibly getting laid off or fired or whatever, or getting a pay cut, and you having to work overtime and may not be paid. Or you having to bust your butt off and still not getting a raise, or working for minimum wage and not being able to take care of your family. Is that the job security that you're looking for? I mean, yeah, there's risks to everything. By taking a 9 to 5 for continuing your daily job, the risk is that you may not be making enough, or you may not be having the amount of time that you want in order to live the life that you actually want. I mean, if you're comfortable in just working every single day, just getting paid, sitting in an office, or doing whatever you want to do, at least keeping your job, how do you know you're actually going to be able to keep your job? In Z's case, well, he got laid off, and twice.
Twice, dude.
So he got laid off twice. Is that the job security that everyone imagined? I mean, during a recession and everything, the unemployment rates are getting higher and higher. People talked about how the tech industry, we're not going to get fired. Software engineers, it's a stable job. It's a very safe job. Well, what do you hear now all over the news? Meta's laying off, Amazon's laying off, Microsoft laying off, all these big tech companies that make so much money, laying off their workers. Well, is that the job stability that you had envisioned?
Yeah.
I mean, yes, there is. I wouldn't say there's increased job stability or greater security when you're doing entrepreneurship or when you're starting your own business. But like I said, there's risk to everything. And there might be more benefits if you start your own business, taking on more side hustles. Because once you do that, like, I mean, you could be making more money and you may one day not have to work that 9 to 5.
Hmm.
I mean, take that risk, try something new. Everyone wants to say, hey, I want to make more money. And how are you going to make more money if you're not willing to work more, work harder, start your own business, do things like that? I mean, if you're trying to just work under your boss, you're never going to make more money than your boss. He's always going to control how much you make. So that's why I do try to encourage our viewers, our audience, or anyone that is working 9 to 5, take on some side hustles, try new businesses, try doing new things to increase your income, increase how much money you're bringing to the table. It may not be easy, it may take time, but if you put in the effort, I think it's worth it, especially if you're trying to get that financial freedom, not having to worry about the amount of money. Is that going to be able to pay the bills? Am I going to be able to eat? Can I buy groceries? Can we go out to eat? Can we go on vacation? And I mean, there's times when I went to remodel my house, or there's certain things I want to fix up, but because of money constraints, I can't do that. So if I was a multimillionaire, I think I would actually do some basic remodeling because my house is quite old and there's certain things like the kitchen is a little old. I want to get that remodeled. I want the floors to be, the carpet to be cleaned or carpet to be changed or 2 hardwood floors, but that requires money. But if you don't have enough money, how are you able to do that? So the question, when I become a multimillionaire,
Hmm.
that's what I want to be grateful for. That's what I'm looking forward to, that financial freedom of being able to do whatever I want with the money that I earned and that time freedom that I can use for myself, my family, and for whoever. Because I'm not from 9 to 5 commissioned at my office. I can maybe do something else with the time that I have when I create my own business. What do you think? I mean, I know that you always wanted to get into entrepreneurship, or I think that's your mindset. You always wanted to start your own business. I know you have a couple businesses of your own, and you never liked the 9 to 5 because of these constraints, all these things restricting you, and knowing that you have to take care of your family and you wanted to have more time for yourself. I think that those were what we have things that we share in common. What we're grateful for are things that we look forward to.
Dude, honestly, man, it's just the time and the money. Because, like, money is, if you have your money set, it takes away so much stress out of your life. And I'm going to that age where I need security and I need stability. Because, like, look how everything's going so far. Like, the price of eggs, how many people are getting laid off, and when you mention engineers, even before the pandemic, engineers are expendable. This is like in like I knew someone when I was in college. He was an engineer, and he was laid off from his job, and he had a certain amount of time, a good amount of time with the company. However, they just decided to lay him off. And so it's not uncommon for layoffs like that to happen, even though it was sporadic before and you wouldn't hear about it. But now, thanks to social media, you're hearing about this huge tech layoffs. Like, you went to your university or college to go to a career path, and you went from STEM or what have you to study to become an engineer, and this happens to you. Like, for all the viewers out there who just got laid off, I'm really sorry. I know what it's like, believe me. um, but it's gonna be okay, and we're gonna be talking later about putting your eggs in one basket and spreading your eggs everywhere. So like this is the whole thing about our channel is building pillars so that when a pillar goes down, or in essence one of your main incomes blow out, i.e. a pillar, you have multiple other pillars that you already took care of and have been building so that you'll stay afloat. So it's not just one income. You have to generate multiple incomes, and that's what I think about when I think about security and stability, is that you're just not relying on one quote unquote secure job. No such thing as a secure job. Like if you look at the contract that you sign beforehand, if you actually read it, it'll actually say on there they can terminate you whenever they want. It's not really secure, man. It's not like before where you can have a pension. That no longer exists, man. It no longer exists. You're on your own. You have to figure it out. And we're here to help you. So